In a world where food production is heavily reliant on agriculture, and agriculture is in turn deeply connected to the use of chemicals like pesticides, understanding how these substances affect human health is more important than ever. A recent groundbreaking study has peeled back layers of this complex relationship by exploring something previously only hinted at: how pesticides interact with the trillions of bacteria living inside our gut. The gut, often referred to as the second brain, is home to a vast ecosystem of microorganisms that play a crucial role in digestion, immunity, and even mental health. These microbes are not just passive residents, they actively communicate with the body, helping break down food, produce essential vitamins, and defend against harmful invaders. But what happens when these delicate systems are exposed to man-made chemicals designed to kill insects? Until now, most research into the effects of pesticides focused on their direct impact on humans or animals, like how they might disrupt hormones, damage organs, or contribute to chronic diseases. But this new study takes a different approach. Instead of looking only at the pesticide's effect on the body directly, it zooms in on the microscopic battlefield within the gut, the interactions between pesticides and the bacteria that call it home. What makes this research particularly fascinating is that it doesn't just stop at observation. It dives deep into the molecular level, mapping out exactly which pesticides influence which types of bacteria, and how those changes ripple through the entire system. This kind of detailed analysis is rare, especially in the field of environmental health, and it opens up exciting possibilities for future treatments and preventive strategies. Imagine a scenario where someone consumes food that contains traces of a common pesticide. The pesticide enters the digestive system and begins to interact with the gut microbiome. Some bacteria may be harmed, others might grow faster, and some could even absorb the chemical into their cells. These changes don't happen in isolation. They can alter how the gut processes nutrients, how the immune system responds, and even how the brain communicates with the rest of the body. This study tested a wide range of pesticides commonly used in farming today. While some of these chemicals are no longer permitted in certain regions due to their harmful effects, their residues remain in soil, water, and food supplies for years. Others are still in active use, applied in large quantities to crops across the globe. By studying how these substances behave once they enter the human body, researchers hope to uncover patterns that could help predict long-term health outcomes. One of the most intriguing findings from the research was the discovery that some gut bacteria have the ability to reduce the toxic effects of pesticides. In experiments with mice, scientists observed that introducing a specific type of beneficial bacteria significantly lessened the inflammation caused by pesticide exposure. This suggests that there may be natural defenses within our own bodies that we haven't fully tapped into yet. These results point to a promising new direction in public health, using the power of the gut microbiome to counteract environmental toxins. If scientists can identify and harness the protective properties of certain bacteria, it could lead to the development of probiotic treatments tailored to neutralize specific pesticides. Think of it as giving the gut its own built-in shield against harmful chemicals found in everyday foods. But the implications go far beyond just treating pesticide exposure. Understanding how gut bacteria respond to environmental stressors like pesticides could also shed light on the root causes of many modern diseases. Conditions such as obesity, diabetes, inflammatory bowel disease, and even certain cancers have been linked to imbalances in the gut microbiome. If pesticides are contributing to those imbalances, then addressing them could become an essential part of managing and preventing these illnesses. The research team behind the study took a meticulous approach to unraveling these connections. They began by isolating individual species of gut bacteria in the lab and exposing them to various concentrations of pesticides. Each experiment was carefully monitored to see how the bacteria responded. Did they grow more slowly? Did they change the way they processed nutrients? Did they take in the pesticide molecules themselves? From these observations, the scientists were able to build a comprehensive map of how different pesticides affect different types of bacteria. This atlas is a treasure trove of information for future studies, providing a foundation for researchers to explore how these interactions might influence health outcomes. For example, if a particular pesticide is known to suppress the growth of a beneficial bacterial strain, scientists can investigate whether that suppression leads to increased susceptibility to infections or other health issues. Another key aspect of the study involved analyzing the metabolic changes that occurred in response to pesticide exposure. Metabolites are the small molecules produced during biochemical reactions in the body. They play critical roles in everything from energy production to cell signaling. When the balance of these metabolites is disrupted, by something as subtle as a change in gut bacteria, it can have wide-ranging effects on overall health. The researchers found that pesticide exposure altered the production of several important metabolites, including those involved in lipid metabolism. Lipids, which include fats and oils, are essential components of cell membranes and signaling molecules. Disruptions in lipid metabolism have been linked to a variety of chronic conditions, from heart disease to neurodegenerative disorders. By identifying how pesticides interfere with these processes, scientists can begin to piece together the puzzle of how environmental factors contribute to disease. To test these findings in a living system, the researchers turned to mice. They gave one group of mice antibiotics to clear out their existing gut bacteria and then introduced a specific strain of beneficial bacteria. After allowing time for the new bacteria to establish itself, the mice were exposed to pesticides. The results were striking. The presence of the introduced bacteria significantly reduced the levels of inflammation in multiple organs. This reduction in inflammation is particularly noteworthy because chronic inflammation is a hallmark of many serious diseases. The mechanism behind this protective effect appears to involve the modulation of lipid production. Certain classes of lipids were found to inhibit a protein pathway associated with oxidative stress, a process that damages cells and contributes to aging and disease. By influencing this pathway, the beneficial bacteria helped mitigate the harmful effects of the pesticides. This finding has profound implications for both environmental health and medicine. It suggests that the gut microbiome isn't just a passive victim of pesticide exposure but an active participant in the body's defense mechanisms. With the right tools and knowledge, it may be possible to enhance these natural defenses to protect against environmental toxins. Looking ahead, the research team plans to expand on these findings by investigating how these microbial responses relate to broader health outcomes. For instance, they want to understand how changes in the gut microbiome after pesticide exposure might influence the risk of developing chronic diseases over time. This line of inquiry could lead to the development of early detection methods or targeted interventions that restore microbial balance before serious health problems arise. Beyond the scientific community, this research has important real-world applications. As awareness grows about the hidden dangers of pesticide exposure, consumers may begin to demand safer alternatives in food production. Farmers and agricultural workers, who are often the most vulnerable to pesticide-related health issues, could benefit from new protective measures informed by this research. Public health officials may also find valuable insights in the data, guiding policy decisions related to pesticide regulation and food safety. Perhaps most importantly, this study highlights the interconnectedness of all life systems. Pesticides were created to solve one problem, pest infestations, but their unintended consequences extend far beyond the fields where they're applied. By revealing how these chemicals interact with the intricate web of life inside the human gut, the research underscores the need for a more holistic approach to environmental health. This study represents a significant leap forward in our understanding of how pesticides affect human biology. It challenges us to rethink the way we view environmental toxins, not just as external threats to be avoided, but as complex agents that interact with our internal ecosystems in ways we're only beginning to comprehend. As scientists continue to explore these interactions, they open the door to innovative solutions that could transform how we protect public health in the face of ongoing environmental challenges. So, what does this all mean for you and me? This study is more than just a scientific breakthrough, it's a wake-up call. It shows that the tiny world inside our gut isn't just important for digestion, it's a key player in how we handle the chemicals we're exposed to every day. And now we know that some of those chemicals, like the ones used in farming, are changing that delicate balance in ways we're only starting to understand. But here's the good news, our bodies might already have some of the tools they need to fight back. Certain types of bacteria can help reduce the harmful effects of pesticides by lowering inflammation and protecting cells from damage. That means there could be real, practical solutions on the horizon, like probiotics or other natural treatments that support our gut health and give us a better defense against environmental toxins. This research also reminds us that everything is connected. The food we eat, the water we drink, the environment around us, it all plays a role in shaping the invisible ecosystem inside our bodies. As scientists continue to map out these relationships, we may soon find new ways to protect ourselves, not just from disease, but from the hidden dangers that come with modern life. If you found this video interesting, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more deep dives into science, health, and the stories behind the headlines. Share this with someone who loves to learn, and let's keep the conversation going in the comments below. Thanks for watching.